The next sutta is 48.45. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi in the eastern park, in the mansion of Megara's mother. There the Blessed One addressed the monks thus: Monks, by having developed and cultivated how many faculties does a monk who has destroyed the asavas declare final knowledge thus? I understand. Destroyed is birth. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more for this state of being. And the monk said, Venerable Sir, our teachings are rooted in the Blessed One, etc. And the Buddha said, it is, monks, because he has developed and cultivated one faculty that a monk who has destroyed the asavas declares final knowledge thus. What is that one faculty? The faculty of wisdom. For a noble disciple who possesses wisdom, the faith that follows from it becomes stabilized. The energy that follows from it becomes stabilized. The recollection that follows from it becomes stabilized. The concentration that follows from it becomes stabilized. It is, monks, because this one faculty has been developed and cultivated, that the monk who has destroyed the asavas declares final knowledge thus: I understand, destroyed is birth, the holy life has been lived, what had to be done has been done, there is no more for this state of being. So basically, this sutta says of the five faculties, wisdom is the most important. But to attain wisdom, it must be supported by the other four faculties. The faith, the energy, the recollection and the concentration. And they grow together. When wisdom grows, the others also grow. The next sutta, quite important, sutta 48.50. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling among the Angans, where there was a town of the Angans named Apana. There the Blessed One addressed the Venerable Sariputta thus: Sariputta, does noble disciple who is completely dedicated to the Tathagata and has full confidence in him entertain any perplexity or doubt about the Tathagata or the Tathagata's teaching? And Venerable Sariputta said, Venerable Sir, the noble disciple who is completely dedicated to the Tathagata and has full confidence in him does not entertain any perplexity or doubt about the Tathagata or the Tathagata's teaching. It is indeed to be expected, Venerable Sir, that a noble disciple who has faith will dwell with energy aroused for the abandoning of unwholesome states and the acquisition of wholesome states, that he will be strong, firm in exertion, not shirking the responsibility of cultivating wholesome states. That energy of his, Venerable Sir, is his faculty of energy. It is indeed to be expected, Venerable Sir, that a noble disciple who has faith and whose energy is aroused will be collected. Yes, he is mindful, but when it says mindful, it means a specific mindfulness, not general mindfulness. Possessing supreme mindfulness and discretion, one who remembers and recollects what was done and said long ago. That mindfulness of his, or that recollection of his, Venerable Sir, is his faculty of sati. Stop here for a moment. You see, whenever the Buddha describes sati, he says, a person who has sati remembers and recollects what was done and said a long time ago. So sati has always to do with remembering. Remembering to put your attention or your mindfulness in the right place, not out among the six sense doors, out of the six sense doors, but focus on four objects of sati. It is indeed to be expected, Venerable Sir, that a noble disciple who has faith, whose energy is aroused, and whose mindfulness or recollection is established, will gain concentration, will gain one-pointedness of mind, having made release the object. That concentration of his, Venerable Sir, is his faculty of concentration. Stop here for a moment. So here the Buddha says, when a person has faith and his energy is aroused, and then he practices sati, he will gain concentration, one-pointedness of mind. And we read in the earlier sutta that this concentration or one-pointedness of mind refers to the four jhanas. Earlier we read one sutta which explained the meaning of concentration and one-pointedness of mind. as the 4 jhanas. So when you practice sati, it must end up with the 4 jhanas. It is indeed to be expected, Venerable Sir, that a noble disciple who has faith, whose energy is aroused, whose mindfulness or recollection is established, and whose mind is concentrated, will understand thus. This samsara is without discoverable beginning. The first point is not discern of beings roaming and wandering on, hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving, but the remainderless fading away and cessation of ignorance, the mass of darkness. This is the peaceful state, this is the sublime state, that is, the stilling of all formations or conditioners, the relinquishment of all acquisitions, the destruction of craving, dispassion, cessation, nibbana. That wisdom of his, Venerable Sir, is his faculty of wisdom. So, you see from here, in this paragraph, one whose mind is concentrated will understand what needs to be understood, and he will have wisdom. That is his faculty of wisdom. In the suttas, it is mentioned like this: the condition for wisdom to arise is seeing things as they really are. Yatta bhuta jnana dassana, seeing and knowing things as they really are. And the condition for seeing things as they really are is samadhi, the jhanas. Because when you attain the jhanas, the 5 hindrances drop away. So when the 5 hindrances are eliminated, then only you can see things as they really are. Otherwise, you're like a person covered with the dark glasses. You cannot see color. And Venerable Sir, when he has again and again strived in such a way, again and again recollected in such a way, again and again concentrated his mind in such a way, again and again understood with wisdom in such a way, that noble disciple gains complete faith thus. As to these things that previously I had only heard about, now I dwell, having contacted them with the body, and having pierced them through with wisdom, I see. That faith of his, Venerable Sir, is his faculty of faith. Good Sariputta. Sariputta, the noble disciple who is completely dedicated to the Tathagata and has full confidence in him, does not entertain any perplexity or doubt about the Tathagata or the Tathagata's teaching. And the Buddha repeats exactly what the Venerable Sariputta said. So this sutta is saying that person who has faith, confidence in the Buddha, has no doubt about the teaching, the Dhamma. There's one sutta where, I think Majjhima Nikaya, where the Buddha made some new rules concerning food, that he wanted the monks to eat only 1 meal a day. And there were certain monks who were not happy. They said, previously we ate 3 meals. It was good for us. Then later the Buddha said, you cannot eat 3 meals, I only eat 2 meals. Now the Buddha says, eat only 1 meal. And that also have to eat in the morning. He said the best meal is when people cook dinner. So he was not happy, so he refused to follow the Buddha's instructions. For the Vasa 3 months, he never saw the Buddha. And then at the end of the Vasa, other monks came to advise him, told him that very soon the Buddha is going to leave. You better go and see the Buddha and apologize to the Buddha. Otherwise you regret. So he went to see the Buddha and apologized to the Buddha. And the Buddha gave him a telling off. The Buddha said, I lay down this instruction. Just a simple thing also you cannot follow. Why? Because I notice every time when I teach the Dhamma, you're not paying attention, the Buddha said. Your attention is going here, going there, and not really paying attention. So the Buddha said, you look at the other monks, it's because they pay attention to the Dhamma, to the teaching, and they understood. They have attained Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Nanagami, Arahanthood, and all that. And these monks who have understood the teaching, if I ask them to do something difficult, also they will do. Not to say such a simple thing as this, the Buddha said. If I was walking, I see a lot of mud on the road, the Buddha said. I just asked one of the disciples, just lie down in the mud for me to step over to cross. They will willingly step down on the mud for me to cross. But can you do it? Buddha said, you cannot do. Why? Because you don't have the faith, you don't have that confidence, you don't have the understanding. So you see, from here, if a person understands the Dhamma, is willing to commit himself. There are some monks to go to the forest and meditate. Some of them are eaten up by tigers, some are eaten up by pythons and all that. But they are willing to lay down their life to that extent to practice the Dhamma because they have a strong faith in the Buddha's teachings. So like the sutta says, if a person understands the Dhamma, he has confidence in the Buddha, faith in the Buddha, and there's no doubt at all. He does not entertain any doubt nor hesitation about the Buddha's teachings. So usually it's like this. Those people who find hard to do this, hard to do that, they don't have enough understanding. When they are enough understanding, then what is hard to do also they do. Hard to let go also they let go. Or those who cannot let go are those who don't understand enough. The next sutta is 48.53. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Kosambi in Gosita's park. There the Blessed One addressed the monks thus, Monks, is there a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, might understand, I am a trainee, while a monk who has gone beyond training, standing on the plane of one beyond training, might understand, I am one beyond training. Stop here for a moment. This trainee, one who is training, refers to the 7 types of Arya. First path attainer, first fruit, second path, second fruit, third path, third fruit, and fourth path attainer. They are called trainees because they still have to train. They have not finished their work. They are called sekas, trainees. And then the one who is beyond training is called the aseka, who has no more work to do, no need to train anymore. And that refers to the fourth fruit attainer. The fourth fruit attainer is called the Arahant. And it also refers to the Pacheka Buddha, it also refers to the Samma Sambuddha. All of them are fourth fruit attainers. And they said, Venerable Sir, our teachings are rooted in the Blessed One, etc. And the Buddha said, there is a method, monks, by means of which a monk who is a trainee might understand, I am a trainee, while a monk who is one beyond training might understand, I am one beyond training. And what, monks, is the method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands, I am a trainee? Here, monks, a monk who is a trainee understands as it really is, this is suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the origin of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the cessation of suffering. He understands as it really is, this is the way leading to the cessation of suffering. This is a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands, I am a trainee. So here, Arya is one who understands the 4 noble truths. So for you to understand the 4 noble truths, that means you have right view. And right view, the Buddha says in the Majjhima Nikaya, in the Sutta Majjhima Nikaya 43, that there are only 2 conditions to attain right view. The voice of another person, that means another person teaching you the Dhamma, and you have careful attention, or proper attention. So all here is very clear. All Aryans understand the 4 noble truths. It's only the different degree. If you understand fully, you become an Arahant. If you understand partially, then you become one of the Aryans. Again, monks. A monk who is a trainee considers thus, is there outside here another ascetic or Brahmin who teaches a Dhamma so real, true, actual as the Blessed One does? He understands thus, there is no ascetic or Brahmin outside here who teaches a Dhamma so real, true, actual as the Blessed One does. This too is a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands, I am a trainee. So here is saying that there is no teaching outside of the Buddha Dhamma, of the original Buddha's discourses, that can compare with the Blessed One's teachings. Outside means external to the Buddha's teachings. So even later books can be considered external because the original Buddha Dhamma is only found in the earliest Nikayas, original Pali Suttas. Again, monks, a monk who is a trainee understands the 5 spiritual faculties, the faculty of faith, energy, recollection, concentration and wisdom. He does not yet dwell having contacted with the body that is their destination, their culmination, their fruit, their final goal. But having pierced it with wisdom, he sees. This too is a method by means of which a monk who is a trainee, standing on the plane of a trainee, understands I am a trainee. In other words, a trainee, an Arya who has not finished his work now, he has developed the 5 faculties but not completely developed, partially he has developed them partially. And what monks is the method by means of which a monk who is one beyond training, standing on the plane beyond training, understands I am one beyond training. Here monks, a monk who is one beyond training understands the 5 spiritual faculties, the faculty of faith, energy, recollection, concentration and wisdom. He dwells having contacted with the body, their destination, their culmination, their fruit, their final goal, and having pierced it through with wisdom, he sees. This is a method by means of which a monk who is one beyond training, standing on the plane of one beyond training, understands I am one beyond training. That means the Arahant, he has completely developed the 5 faculties. Again, monks, a monk who is one beyond training understands the 6 faculties, the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind faculties. He understands these 6 faculties will cease completely and totally without remainder, and no other 6 faculties will arise anywhere in any way. This too is a method by means of which a monk who is one beyond training, standing on the plane of one beyond training, understands I am one beyond training. In other words, this Arahant, he has full confidence that when he dies, he will not be reborn again. So that is a way an Arya understands he is an Arya. If that Arya has not finished his work, there are 3 ways by which he understands. First one is he understands the 4 noble truths. The second one, he knows that outside the Buddha Dhamma, the original Buddha Dhamma, there is no other teaching that can compare with the original or true Dhamma. Then the third, he has developed the 5 faculties but not completely. And then the Arahant has 2 ways of knowing that he has finished his work. One is he has completely developed the 5 faculties. And secondly, he is confident that when he lays down the body, that he will not be reborn again. Okay, the last sutta I'm going to read in this Indriya Samyutta is 48.58, page 1699. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Rajagaha on Mount Vulture Peak in the Boar's Cave. There the Blessed One addressed the Venerable Sariputta thus: Considering what benefit, Sariputta, does a monk whose asavas are destroyed conduct himself in a way that shows supreme honor towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching? And Venerable Sariputta said, It is, Venerable Sir, considering as benefit the unsurpassed security from bondage, that the monk whose asavas are destroyed conducts himself in a way that shows supreme honor towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching. Stop here for a moment. So here the Buddha is asking, when a monk has attained liberation, if he shows complete reverence, complete veneration of the Buddha, it is because of what benefit? The Venerable Sariputta says, Arahant who has become liberated, he shows supreme veneration for the Buddha because he has attained the benefit of unsurpassed security from bondage. That means he has destroyed the cycle of rebirth. Because if you have not destroyed the cycle of rebirth, you will suffer in the round of rebirths. But this Arahant, he has been liberated from the rounds of rebirth. So because of this benefit, that he owes complete loyalty and obedience and veneration of the Buddha. And the Buddha said, good Sariputta. For Sariputta, it is considering as benefit the unsurpassed security from bondage that a monk whose asavas are destroyed conducts himself in a way that shows supreme honor towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching. And what Sariputta is the unsurpassed security from bondage that a monk whose asavas are destroyed considers as the benefit when he conducts himself in a way that shows supreme honor towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching. And Venerable Sariputta said, here, Venerable Sir, a monk whose asavas are destroyed develops the faculty of faith, which leads to peace, leads to enlightenment. Similarly, he develops the faculties of energy, recollection, concentration, wisdom, which leads to peace, leads to enlightenment. This, Venerable Sir, is the unsurpassed security from bondage that a monk whose asavas are destroyed considers as the benefit when he conducts himself in a way that shows supreme honor towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching. In other words, Venerable Sariputta is saying that when a monk develops these 5 faculties completely, then he attains liberation. Good Sariputta, for that Sariputta is the unsurpassed security from bondage that a monk whose asavas are destroyed considers as the benefit when he conducts himself in a way that shows supreme honor towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching. And what Sariputta is the supreme honor with which a monk whose asavas are destroyed conducts himself towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teachings. Here, Venerable Sir, a monk whose asavas are destroyed dwells reverential and deferential towards the teacher, the Dhamma, the Sangha, the training and concentration. This, Venerable Sir, is the supreme honor with which a monk whose asavas are destroyed conducts himself towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching. Good Sariputta, for that Sariputta is the supreme honor with which a monk whose asavas are destroyed conducts himself towards the Tathagata and the Tathagata's teaching. And that's the end of the sutta. So here, the Buddha is saying that an arahant, after he has attained liberation, he will very naturally have supreme veneration for the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, the training and concentration, samadhi. But nowadays, you find there are some monks, they belittle the samadhi. If they belittle the samadhi, that shows they're probably not even an Arya. Because an arahant can have supreme veneration for the triple gem, the training and concentration. So it is natural that even an Arya will have supreme veneration for the triple gem, the training and concentration. So if a monk can belittle the jhanas, I don't think he's an Arya at all. That's the end of the Indriya Samyutta.